Who do you choose, but worse? Yep.
No. There we go.
Getting that, it's still saying there's still all that.
I don't know if I'm supposed to have the process of my thesis, but that's what this is. It was like I started here, and then this happened, and now I'm here. They're all completely different.
Mine has gone all over the place too, and I don't know ultimately what's writing.
Yeah.
It will be interesting.
It's gonna be. I know I want to talk about game-based, or the gamification of education. One of my classes.
Yes.
You already do it.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna get her notes, see if she can help me out, because it looks fantastic for her. I'm
Okay.
super excited. So I want to do that thing. That sounds fun.
Mhm.
I can play video games.
Okay, so if I was looking for teachers that are not like me,
What?
I don't like the websites. So if I was,
Okay.
if I was looking for information.
Can you focus?
Yes, it does.
Look it up.
Well, I just searched it and all it gave me was this. Look here. Eight courses in post-secondary option. Here, give me that paperback one for this.
I'm thinking it'd be under active school/programs.
I finally somehow
Yep.
got into advanced placement.
Yep. Active schools programs, and it's right there.
No problem.
Success.
But when I searched dual enrollment, this is.
Yeah. We don't call it dual enrollment.
Oh, it's post-secondary.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what we called it.
Mhm.
But I was.
I should have been, and I knew I should have been, but I didn't want to.
Right?
It's what?
That
Yeah.
sounds like work.
You're enrolled in both. You're enrolled in both at the second, like in your junior year,
Right.
second half of your high school. This is super warm. I'm afraid to drink this. I'm gonna sit for a little bit. And I think the cup is so much bigger than the actual cup holder. I think
Yeah,
it's
it's been
torn.
like that for a while. Every time they apologize. It's okay.
Oh, the computer guy was cool though.
Yeah, I got this from here. What?
Usually I would keep the door
No,
on.
it's
Older thing.
Yeah, I did that. Wait,
Bye, Boo.
very graceful beard.
I'll have my keys.
So, like birds could live in it. Like, it's a cool beard. I dig it. I'm very jealous of it. Okay. Cool.
What time did you say you could,
I usually take lunch around 11-ish.
do you Google nervous dog?
Nervous dog.
Nervous dog? And I can reach you there for you, like 11:30.
Okay.
Do you have to go back?
Yeah,
What time are you, what time?
about 45 minutes. So I'd have a full lunch period. Do you need a lot of time?
You might want to find someplace closer to east.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I don't know what's close to East. East is kind of middle of nowhere. It's only about a 10-minute drive up here, so you have 20 minutes to chat.
Yeah, but you got about another 10 minutes past you.
Why don't you
Oh,
grab-
yeah.
why don't you take a bag lunch? Yeah.
I can probably do that. Yeah.
Hi, hey. See you, everybody.
Okay.
No, I was.
Is that a coffee milkshake? What? This might happen. Oh, it's a monster. Welcome to the conversation.
Sorry, you said coffee milkshake. I got excited.
Look. Oh my goodness.
Delicious.
I want that now.
Yeah. Can you get that delivered?
Yes. I'm sure if you bribe them enough, we could.
So she.
It's
called nervous dog?
This is the
Why have I not heard of
college press.
And that's.
How long have you been around here?
I don't not well. I live in Kent, so
Oh yeah, that's where I'm from. I know everything about Kent.
Yeah.
So
I live in the apartments that are where the Masonic Temple is.
Other high school.
The Indian place?
It's like a old.
The one that has fish
building.
fries?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they have fish fries there.
Yep.
I'm like 5 houses down.
Oh, all right. So you're in the one it doesn't look like an apartment building, but it is?
Yeah.
It's like a house?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I lived in Ryan's place for 2 years. I lived at a house on Lake Street for a year. And then I lived on campus for 2 years. So it took me 5 years, but I survived.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Hi, how's that?
Oh, no. Would you like some coffee? I haven't drank them yet. Okay. That's all I've got. I'm out of Skittles. Dang it. Should have said.
Tom, can you give Euclid a call? I still don't have them logged in yet.
That's okay. Andrew, bring me up some happy vision. Oh,
Animals.
What's happening?
Hi, you guys.
Oh, just like, no, I'm not having it today. You go down. You got animals? Oh, maybe.
Hey, you guys, is Dave up there or Karina?
Yeah, we're here.
Did we hear anything from East?
I have not heard anything from Euclid yet. I've
sorry.
sent them invitations and everything.
Okay. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, is it up finally? Okay.
We're waiting for them to get here, and then, we'll go from there.
So,
Mhm.
you in?
Get out of there and go back in. Did it work? I thought that was what it was.
There we go.
YKKS, I thought I read.
So?
SL. L. Sorry, L.
That's okay, Dick.
One. Okay, when it's red, it's muted. Okay.
Don't get weird drinking coffee.
Worry about getting it.
Wait. I'm such a wuss with coffee. My German foster parents used to fun me all the time. Not foster parents, it's like exchange program.
Oh.
I wasn't adopted in Germany. I just lived there for a month.
And if you want, I'm the most technically, behind.
I'm at a pyramid of market. Just rip the whole thing. Slowly go.
Well, mine's gonna start getting it.
There we go.
Okay. And that's what we were figuring too. That's, we've got a couple of events that are coming in, so we're around here. Right, speaking of, I'm gonna go check on Jim and Kathy again.
I want a dog that does that. That's just so confused about being a dog as well.
What is that?
No, I'm good.
Human. Incarnate.
We need this, when do we need to meet?
Fair time. It's kind of terribly unfucking.
Do we know who's presenting today?
Well, I was going to facilitate, mostly writing today,
Okay.
and it's gonna be a little path.
My dog's 10,
Wow.
We're gonna post it.
Hey,
right now we're in between children.
hey, Karina.
Okay. Can you unmute me? Yes. What's up, Tom?
I put in a call to Euclid, and they're tracking Casey down just to make sure everything's okay. But
Okay.
what I would suggest is, since today's a writing day, that we go ahead and get underway, because I don't want to shortchange people.
Oh, yeah, we've been recording for about 10 minutes now.
Okay. All right, very good. I just wanted to kind of let you know that, and we'll just go ahead and go.
Yeah, okay. Oh, there's hi, Euclid.
Oh, there's.
Oh.
Hello.
We were just talking about you.
Lovely.
Okay. Dave, Rewa, and I have to duck out every now and then because we've got a lot of stuff going on in our branch today. So if you need us, flag us down. I'll write down my number for you guys. You can call me.
Oh, terms like bottom of the pecking order, impact, and accessories. The service. And they just
Oh.
So they killed a couple of them. So then they finally did the house on that, and then they got. Yeah, it's really interesting to watch the dynamic. There's one that.
Everybody all set to go?
Know that.
Cleveland? Are you there, Cleveland?
Chicken now.
Euclid, are you there, Euclid?
I'm here, I'm logged in yet though.
Okay.
Chickens.
All right. Hey, this is Tom from Akron. If you want to just go ahead and upsize me on your screen so you can see me, that'd be great. I'm joined with Kay and Carolyn and Thomas and Melanie and Sarah down here in Akron. Today, I'm excited about today. Today is a writing day. Finally, we've made our way to a writing day, and I just think those are cool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run us through a little bit of instruction, get into the class, and then turn us over into the first half, which will be kind of independent work study, so that you can get everything kind of in place the way that you need it in order to do the second segment of the class, which will be actually doing writing. So we're going to actually do writing today, so that'll be in a 40-minute session. We're going to leave a little bit of time at the back end of the session so that what's going to happen is that I want to give you a little bit of a heads up about the mid-course evaluation and an email that you are receiving on that, and then give us time to do exits. And that'll pretty much do it for today. So let me just run through a couple of announcements real quick. First off, if you want to switch that. I posted something up on your Weebly page. On the if you go to the class meetings tab, you'll see it. There's kind of an overview for today, more of an inspirational overview, and it begins with a little slide. On that slide, it says, "Don't tell me the moon is shining. Show me the glint of light on broken glass." I think it's a beautiful quote because when we get to the doing of writing today, it's so much about showing me. Show me in your words. Show me in the passion of your voice. What it is that you have to say. You want to scroll to the next one. Great. No, if you want to flop over to the. There you go. And get into. Yep. There you go. So in terms of announcements for today, just a couple of things. I will be flashing up on the screen in just a couple of minutes and sharing with everybody the contact information for Kelly Chaff at the University of Akron. If there's anybody that wanted to go ahead and get that contact information in order to pursue the graduate credit piece, she's the person to speak with. Now that directly involves teachers, but there's also that may apply to you. So I'll go ahead and share that. The other thing is that I want to pass along to everybody. I'm going to ask Garth to post kind of a library page. And on that library page, if there are thoughts or ideas you have about whether it's fictional literature, non-fictional, URLs or links that you think could be of value based on what we've been talking about in this class, we want to open that up so that we can kind of catalog those. So that you can have them. So if you can just put that into the back of your mind as something to be thinking about between now and the end of the class, if there's ever a time when you come across something and say, "Gee, this would be of great value," please send me an email on that, and we'd love to include it in that library. So today, what's going to happen is we're going to run through a couple of objectives, right? First thing is we're going to go ahead and complete the independent work prep that's necessary in order to engage in and kind of do informational writing. we're going to do 40-minute writing in kind of a timed environment. Now, what that means is about 4:35, we're going to halt everything. We're going to stop. We're going to make sure that you're set up. When we talk about needing that you are set up, what we want to do is make sure that you have some type of word processing application on your desktop that's up and active. You want to have your citations in front of you. And then the thing link that you've been working on, if it's comfortable for you to be able to drop that into your document, great. If not, that's something that we can polish up later. But what we're going to do is we're going to do that writing in a timed way. First evaluations. We'll talk about what's going to go on Tuesday and next week, and then we'll do an exit slip and we'll be open. So those things said, are there any questions before we kind of launch off and get going?
Yes. What do you do for the thing link if you have forgotten your login already?
Yeah, so maybe the best thing to do would be to open up another account, just a new account using a different email address, if that's at all possible. That can restart everything. Second thing that you can do, I don't know if the tutorials that Garth put on the Penultimate Weebly site can be of help, but it sounds to me like yours is an account question. What I'll do is, while you guys are working for the first 20 minutes, I'm going to put up a Pear Deck where if you want a question answered or addressed, go ahead and type that in. Is this Nancy? Did Nancy ask that question?
No.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and voice the question on the Weebly, and, or I'm sorry, on the Pear Deck, and I'll go ahead and respond to it directly. I'll see if I can find an answer for you, okay? Other questions?
It should be for the thing link. It should be your Gmail account, should be the email that you put in. And if you did forget your password, you can click on Forgot Password and it will send you an email.
Yeah, well, I didn't make it with a Gmail. I don't even have a Gmail account, so I had never made one.
Yeah, we probably need to get you a Gmail account. Where are you? Are you in Euclid or Cleveland?
Yeah, I'm at Euclid,
In
and I'm
Euclid?
alone here. And I'm the person who's very tech challenged, and the person who's been doing this with me is sick today. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I'm going to get on the phone with you directly, if I may, and we'll see if we can work you through it. Okay?
Right. I mean, I got into it. I see. When I went to make a new account, they said that you already have an account, so I figured out which email I used.
Okay.
On my own. So I am into it now.
Oh, good. Okay.
But
any other questions?
I had made the account with I've been doing this with a Yahoo account.
Ah, okay. A Yahooer among us. What's your first name? Is this? Can she hear me? Is this Dawn?
I've had this Yahoo account since 1997.
Oh, okay. What's your first name? You broke up.
Dawn from Dawn.
Dawn. Okay. All right. Dawn, I'm gonna give a call over and make sure that you're all taken care of, especially because we don't have somebody that's staffing that today, and you're.
Right.
It sounds like you're down one. So I want to make sure you're okay.
Okay. I seem to be so far.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and screen share. I'm going to put up a Pear Deck. If you have any questions, go ahead and enter those on the Pear Deck, and I'll address them one by one. And
Code.
I'm sorry?
The Pear Deck code for the day?
Yeah, hang on just a second. I'll put it up.
That first sip of coffee.
It's terrifying.
Will I have it home in a minute? Let's break it down.
Okay, so up on everybody's screen, can you see this? Session 9 objectives?
Yes.
Okay. And down at the bottom is your little yellow code, and I'm going to repeat it out loud because it might be a little bit small where you are. It's YKKSL. YKKSL.
Awesome.
Okay, everybody in?
Everybody in? Wait, not two. There we go. Yes. All right, for everybody that's logged on right now, we're good to go. If you're looking for those tasks, because I'm making sure that you have everything lined up the way that you should in order to move into the writing section, have you, number one, researched your topic and located those 3 citations? Have you looked across on wiki pages and looked at what other people are doing and looked for opportunities to maybe make any suggestions that could help people in their writing? Have you built your think link? Is that ready to go? Based on the image that you chose. Then we'll be getting into the informational writing and then coming back, and we'll talk about this later, that by Tuesday, the hope is that you'll have the opportunity to comment on some of the writings that other people did. So, I'm going to turn you loose in terms of your work for today. What we'll do is at 4:35, we will go ahead and get at the business of writing. If you have a question, I would ask that you please enter it in that box, and I'll monitor this and answer your question.
argument point of view.
Do is an argument. Everything I do is an argument. Transformation license, correct?
Oh, that's kind of fun. That's what I'm kind of doing too. To organize my thoughts.
Trying to figure out how to take what I want to do and compare to this.
I know.
And I'm sure I'll talk about video games in the chat.
Melanie, what are you writing about? I guess I don't know.
Have you posted some?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm muted. Tom? Tom?
Yes,
Are you going to address questions?
I am now. Sorry, I had a technical glitch.
No problem. No problem. But you more than
I know I
speak up.
too. It's more persuasive than informational at this point.
It's like the way my intros work. They just created a problem so often in my writing. That's what my brain does.
One by one, if that's okay. And if this doesn't pertain to you, feel free to just ignore me. So the first question is, does it have to be in complete sentences, and does it have to be in paragraphs, or can it just list facts, etc.? So when we sit down and we write an informational paper, think about this being a topical paper that you would hand in an English class, in your favorite English class, okay? So it has a beginning, middle, and an end. We're going to introduce the topic. We're going to explore it, citing these 3 facts or citations that you've developed. And then we're going to go ahead and do a close. Now, this is not an argument, and it's not a narrative story. It's just basically a statement of here's a topic or an issue that I'm going to explore with you. So the answer to the question would be appropriate for the way that I would answer it, and I'll throw this over the fence to Dr. Broadway to answer it as well. But what I would say is, yes, let's look at complete sentences. Let's construct a text that has meaning. Does it have to have paragraphs? Well, typically do we write in paragraphs? Well, sure we do. And then as it relates to a list of facts and so forth, maybe within you might bullet point a couple of things, but more than assemblage of facts, we're looking at a kind of a generated paper in this regard that we construct in 40 minutes. Dr. Broadway, would you like to add to that?
The only thing I'd add to that, you should consider this typical prose. And so when one says prose versus, say, poetry, what does one mean? And so therefore, again, depending on the topic and thing, when I hear the word prose, I think about complete sentences, I think about paragraphs, but I also think about how best to communicate the information, and I might have to disrupt that. So again, that's one of those really ambiguous, sticky things to talk about with writers. So I would approach it, because of informational text, with a pretty conservative perspective. But within that, maybe, some variation upon that might be important. For instance, the American Psychology Association, APA, says a paragraph should have 3 sentences. Well, I've done some informational writing where a paragraph has 1 sentence because it's a really major idea. And so I sort of just rub that notion and take sort of artistic license to sort of violate that. But traditionally, I would write for an informational text. I'd have a minimum of 3 sentences per paragraph. But that's an APA style. We're not asking you to write a particular style. What we're asking you is to engage in communicating information. Does that help?
Helps down here. We're nodding our heads a little bit. The second one, as long as Dr. Broadway's on APA style, let me just go into that one real quick. That we're looking up references. Is this paper to be like a research paper where we cite sources? Not sure how we're to link to the research with the paper. Well, on something like this, it might be a little bit too stringent to say, well, let's use APA formatting and inline citations, and let's go ahead and put your citations at the end. I don't think that we need to go to that degree. You may wish to reference your cited source. That may make sense. You might reference it colloquially. You might reference it more formally. That's up to you. I don't think anybody's going to look over our shoulder and say, gee, Sarah, you didn't do this right. That's not the point. Point is, were you able to develop meaning, and is there a basis where you've drawn information in, citable information in, to help make your point? Okay?
So do you want there to be citations at the end, or can we just reference them
You
colloquially?
can do citations, but it's not a requirement.
That makes life
Not a
easier.
requirement, okay? Now, when we're teaching in 7th and 8th grade, right, what do?
They have more than 40 minutes, though.
They have more than 40 minutes, and they have to develop their citations, right?
They have easy.
We make them do that, right? We know that, okay? But for the purposes of what we're doing, and we're putting a time limit on it, okay, we're giving you a little latitude.
Also, I think I would suggest that you look at this as a first draft rather than a polished paper or something for publication. For those of you, and I don't know how many of you are familiar with the writing process, at the beginning of the writing process, we just want you to write. Okay, then you'll go through an editing and rewriting process to work towards publication. One of the things I would really encourage you to do, and one of the things we're trying to build into this, is that not everything you write is for publication. It's just simply to engage in that thing called writing. So, for instance, in terms of citations, if this is your first draft, you might want to put some key notes to yourself of where you can go to make a more complete citation and reference list when you go to publication. But at this point, it's really, let's get the writing out. Let's get the information out. Let's go through that whole experience. And then, if the piece warrants it, and you would like to develop it for publication, then we'll go through the more, traditional structured type of things.
Okay, let me respond to the next question. Dawn, I think this is probably yours, right?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so what's going on is, my understanding in Euclid is that we do have teachers participating, but they're participating remotely. So what we're attempting... Yeah, so what we're and then we're going to try to help you in terms of teachers who are not there physically with you in the classroom. So what I would say is give it your best go, and I know this is difficult, and I know it feels like you're working without a net and those kinds of things, and I appreciate that very much. The exercise of it, the going through it, is so important and very helpful to all of us that you're willing to do this, and I appreciate it. So hang in there, and both Garth and I are aware of this, and we'll be in touch with you on it. Okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, and the last question, the research, this is what we have so far. The research question that I chose does not correlate with my original story. This is you, Thomas.
Yep.
Okay, so what did you do? Just describe for us.
Dreams in my story. But right now I'm talking about kind of games in my life, like video games. And I ended up doing a lot of research about the gamification of teaching and how teaching can be made into a video game of sorts to foster engagement. And that's really interesting to me, and I've seen it work in a couple of...
Your question, can I go back and change my inquiry question? Okay, and the answer is yes. We're going to get locked in here because you're going to start to do writing. But if right now you're thinking about something or you've researched something and you'd like to go ahead and move in a direction and you feel more solid about that, the answer is yeah. Pursue your passion, you know? Yeah.
Got it. The entire process is on my wiki.
Cool.
Checked it 4 times.
Okay, anybody else with a question? Got about 5 minutes before we start writing, just so you know. So if there's anything else that you want to get assembled at your desktop, feel free to take this time.
Who was Anne Lamott? I hear myself. Wait.
That would be secondary. Unless it helps you write. Okay. For instance, I'm working on a piece now, and I started writing without the title, and then I spent the whole day working on it, and then I saw the title on the top, like just some. But that's just one thing. I read other pieces where I do the title. And you know, you say you're typing away, and everybody thinks you're being a good child. You know.
I think we should get insurance.
Yeah.
I'm taking time out, that's fine.
Yeah. The paper I'm writing, that's the first thing is about disobedience. But it's a good job.
Okay.
I actually read that in one of my ed courses. And that was like the lesson of one of the days. Don't be afraid of bad first record.
All right, are we starting to write now, Tom?
Hang on. Okay, so, all right, so here's what we're going to do. Does everybody have a word processing application up on your computer? And do you have opened
Yes.
up? And you have opened up a blank document?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and open up a blank document. I want you to type in just a couple words. They don't even have to be real words. Just slam something with the keys. And then go up and save and do a save as and save it as informational writing dot and then your last name or your first name. I'm sorry, your first name. Informational writing dot first name.
Not sure if these computers are going to let us save.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Should we Google Docs it? Let's do that.
Okay, see if you can Google Docs it if the computer won't let it save on your desktop. I want to make sure everybody has that because I don't want us getting halfway into this and somebody's like, oh, something crashed and I don't have my work.
It should auto-save Google Docs. As long as you have Google Docs, you're good.
Yeah. So if you're already in Gmail and you have your Google Docs up or your G Drive up, you can just go ahead and open it in there and it'll automatically save. That's an option. I just want to make sure we're all square.
I've never actually used it before.
9 boxes. Drive is one of
Oh,
them.
there we go. Thank you.
And over there where the red button that says create.
I have a flash drive, so I don't know. Save everything.
Oh, no.
No! You've downloaded Drive. It'll infect your computer and steal all your
Does
information.
everybody have a document open and have some way to save it?
I am.
What are we supposed to save it as?
Informational writing dot name, first name.
Okay. Dawn, how are you doing?
Type
I
messages.
have the document up and I've saved it to my desktop.
Okay, so our stragglers are in Parma.
Oh, that might be me. Sorry.
Oh, that's you? All right, we're wait. Who's the one? Who's the one?
Not me.
Somebody check your pear deck.
I think it is.
Thomas, is that you?
I'm good. Did it.
No, you already did it.
Oh no.
Oh,
So it wasn't them.
somebody wasn't
That
now.
was a test.
So they're there.
That was me this time.
It wasn't you, really?
This time.
Yeah. Just make sure.
Okay, so click yes.
Yeah, I did put that. That was me who put no.
Well, who's the awaiting response?
It's not any of us.
It's Ghost.
It's someone else.
It's a ghost?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Maybe it's a robot person.
Might be remote. Okay, so let's assume, because nobody's chiming in and saying I have a problem, let's assume we're okay to go. All right, so you have 40 minutes. It will actually be timed. When I tell you time's up, that means stop wherever you are and save the document to your wiki.
Are
You
you
guys
gonna
square
have
with
it?
that?
Are we allowed to proofread like for spelling after we're done writing?
You may proofread for spelling. No.
Very important. Okay.
As long as I will give you a 5-minute warning when time's about there, okay?
Okay.
Start time right now is 4:39, just so you know. You have 40 minutes.
Can you
Please go ahead and get underway now.
No stopwatch. Got it.
Yeah. Okay, I think they caught it.
Okay.
Still about 15 minutes remaining. So about 5 minutes left.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Three double space.
What?
I just kept writing. Look at that. I may have gone for space now. It happened.
Yeah. You can't.
I'm definitely going to stats in this.
Okay, please go ahead and file. You're going to want to post it to your wiki page. Now you're going to have to make sure you're logged into your wiki page in order to be able to upload it. And while you are doing that, I have a question that I want to ask you. How was that? So if you go ahead and, after you're done, like with your writing, the last thing you want to do is probably write some more. Or you just go ahead and comment. I just wanted to share, like, was it fun? Was it hard? Did you like it? Do you like what you wrote? Do you not like it? And I just wanted to capture that, so it's up on Pear Deck. You just want to put in a couple words or whatever, that'd be great. How do you feel about what you did? Cool? Cool? Hey, let's do some more of this. No, don't make me do it again.
That's one. It's a good diversion. To talk about butter. How appropriate is that?
Just in line on the wiki page, or is it, maybe do a tax notes out?
Yeah, so if you're on your wiki page, go ahead and go. So go all the way down. Click there. Return a couple times. Okay, and then go file. Just see it. Oh, you're not logged in.
I'm not either.
If you're having any trouble saving to your wiki page, remember on your wiki page, all you do is kind of like scroll down within the text box all the way down to where it's clear, and then line return a couple times. And then you will go up to the top and look to go ahead and insert file. Now, you may not be able to figure out how to get it up there if you have not logged into your wiki page. It won't give you you won't be able to see your document wherever you saved it unless you are logged into your wiki page.
That's not that.
What are we supposed to do?
Alright. Just to love something is over.
I welcome you to go ahead, and if you haven't already, once you get your page uploaded, you go ahead and go back to Pear Deck and go ahead and put in a thought or two. We'll go ahead and make this our exit slip for today, if that's okay with you. So just go ahead and write whatever you want. I just wanted for us to read a couple of these out loud. I know some people are still writing, but I think this is important stuff to share. So the first person writes, I find that I started out writing an informative piece, but ended up with a persuasive piece. It's funny how that works. I mean, so many times when you're writing informationally, it's like, well, I can't take myself out of this. I have to be passionate about what I'm writing. Otherwise, I would be disinterested in my writing, right? Okay, I feel like I may have completely missed my intention in this writing. I don't know if the organization of thoughts and the combination of quotes that were used make any sense. And I ran out of time to finish my conclusion, so there's that too. And then a kind of a half smiley face, half frown. Hang on, I want to read a couple more. They're great, yeah. They're so honest.
I said I will, but I don't know where it is.
Somebody else here says complicated. I have a.
So if I go to your wiki page, that you
I feel that one. Oh my God. Yeah. I definitely went persuasive on this. The writing was sort of stream of consciousness, and I'm a bit anxious to see what my audience thinks. I'm anxious. This person's anxious. But it's done. Woohoo! Whoa. And then I feel okay about my writing. It took me longer to formulate what I wanted to write than I thought that it would. I didn't hate it, and I thought I was going to hate it. This is very much a first draft. Okay. I encourage you to please submit as you would like an exit slip here on this page. I want to point something out. And this is for both teachers and librarians. Isn't it nuts that when we write ourselves, we're filled with anxiety about it? We're filled with, I don't know if I did. I don't know what the audience is going to think. We're worried in all these different ways. Well, that's what our students are feeling. That's exactly what they're feeling. So imagine that, and imagine getting your paper back with a lot of red pen on it, right? That's hard. So what can we do? What can we do? Well, I asked that we go ahead and lift each other up when we're looking at each other's work. What did you find that was of value in something somebody else said? How can you lift up that librarian or that teacher that you read their piece on their wiki page? What can you say? How can you encourage? How can you inspire?
Tom?
Yes.
We're having some problems making sure to save our writing to our wiki. So can you give us a couple of seconds or?
Sure.
Could you even walk us through it again?
I just figured out.
Yeah, so if you're having trouble uploading to your wiki page,
Can you see it?
here's what I want you to do. Bring up your wiki page. That's the first thing. Click on your wiki page. Up in the upper right-hand corner, there will be a little block that says sign in. Click it.
We did this.
Click the box that says sign in.
I'm sure they're going perfectly now. That's probably.
And make sure that you are signed in to your wiki account.
Yep.
Now, once you do that, you should be able to go within your text box on your wiki page, take your cursor all the way down to the bottom of the page within that text box, return a couple of times so you're in new territory, virgin territory. Your cursor stands alone. Now look up at the top, you should see a tab that says Insert File, or it'll say File.
Everybody see that? No.
Click on File, and you should be able to, depending on where you saved your document, you should be able to see it now. So you'll click the file name that you see, and then up in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see Save. You'll click Save, and then it'll appear.
Okay, I saved mine to my desktop, so, and I've already tried to upload this and do this like 3 times, and it's not appearing.
I think that's is this Dawn?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the problem is that you're on a Yahoo account, and if we're not on Google accounts, then it might cause a conflict. So here's what I want you to do, Dawn. Are you listening?
Actually, I did, while you were talking earlier, I made myself a Gmail account.
Okay. So see if you can log into your wiki page with your Gmail credentials.
Okay. All right.
And if you And if that does not work, what I want you to do is to
yeah, I'm back to the dashboard now. I'm signed in because I like when I signed in and I'm on our first class, I signed in with my Yahoo account or something. I don't know what I signed in with, but my like DSTAR disappears here. I'm like really just confused.
Okay. Well, how about if I suggest this? Would you be able to copy? Just do a
copy and paste.
Select all within your document.
Mm-hmm.
Do a Control-C, copy it all.
Right. I've done that.
And then paste that into the text box on your wiki page. Will that work?
Yeah, that's working fine, but okay.
Okay, so up in your upper right-hand corner, Dawn, press Save. You see it?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that I see.
Okay.
I don't think that worked. Alright.
Do you think? When it opens. Check, check. And McCann. I'm gonna go back. We can also download that as a docx, yeah, and then it goes up directly to this. Should I do that? Okay.
Alright, so I just put that. Is that all I do? And that's that?
If you save real quick, I can double check. Save it. No, pop on your thing.
Good job, Don. Hey, for everybody, if you're still listening, okay? I want to just talk about what we're doing for Tuesday. So for Tuesday, just a couple things. Hang on. We'll see you Tuesday. Okay, so on Tuesday begins narrative writing, and we're going to be joined by a guy by the name of Mike Fegis.
Like 3 times.
Mike is at Hudson City Schools. Everybody all around the state of Ohio rave about the way that he teaches narrative writing. He's a really cool dude. So you're going to like him a lot. So in order to prepare for that, what I would ask that you do is this, if you have a moment, that if you could send me an email. And I'm looking for you to answer a couple of questions are of most concern to you when you're either teaching or coaching writing. Okay, and you say, oh, well, Tom, I'm a librarian. Well, otherwise getting learners engaged. That can include getting learners engaged in reading, right? So when we teach writing, we oftentimes say you can't separate reading and writing. It's inseparable. One goes hand in hand with the other. So like from a librarian's perspective, you may shade kind of what you're thinking about in terms of literature, and that's just fine. That's A-okay. But this whole topic of engagement, you know, what is it that you see when you're working with young people or middle school or, you know, early high school people? What do you see? And how can we get them more engaged in your mind? Or what are the problems to getting engaged in your mind? You can send me an email to that effect. That would be most helpful. we'll use that to kind of launch into the conversation that Mike has with you on Tuesday. And basically, the next 3 sessions are going to unfold just as the last 3 have. You know, we'll talk about narrative writing next, which is real storytelling. It's true fictional kind of storytelling. Putting you in the center of your story. We'll do that on Tuesday, and then we'll go in and start doing independent work on that topic with the ensuing 2 sessions, okay? So that's it for now. I got to run and teach another writing class, and I thank everybody for putting in the hard work. I know that's hard when you write in class. I can't wait to you guys wrote. Dr. Broadway, any comments?
Now we need to go, and we've at least everybody has saved their writing, and we know where that is. And this slide about the 9th section will be available on the course wiki when you go to session number 9. This is what you'll see at the beginning. Correct?
On the course Weebly, right?
Yeah, Weebly. Okay. All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay, we're going to sign off.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.